Well, hello, hello, hello out there. How y'all doing? I know it's been a while, since I came and just did a little live stream or whatever, but I felt like talking, and so I decided to come say hey or whatever. I was sitting in here watching the Birth of a Soul of a Nation documentary series on ABC. I was rewatching it on Hulu. And it's very interesting. I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew that I wanted to watch it because, I want to see what they got going on. And it was really, really good. I They just did a section. Well, so let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Latrice Sampson Richards. I'm a mental and emotional wellness creative, a multi state licensed professional counselor, and a certified life enhancement coach. And this is a random live. And like I was saying, I was watching The Soul of a Nation on ABC. Well, I was watching it on Hulu, but it's coming on ABC. I think it's going to be like 6 weeks or something. So y'all should check it out. And one of the segments, they were having a conversation. It was like a panel conversation, kind of, with the chick from The View. I don't be knowing the people names, y'all. But the black chick, but I know who they are. The black chick from The View, not Whoopi, but the other one. Um, it was Sterling K. Brown. I do know his name. And the guy that does the conversations with a black man on YouTube, I don't remember his name, but I believe it's like an African name, and Angela Rye. And first of all, Rich, Angela was like on it. Angela looked amazing. She did not come to play with y'all. But they were just kind of talking, and the girl asked a question about, or the woman, lady from The View, asked them, when was the first time that you realized that you were black? And so all four of them told their story about the first time that they realized that they were black. And three of the four of them had negative experiences. And I was just sitting there watching that, and it just got me thinking, how many kids have negative experiences associated purely with their blackness and what that means for them in their life. And what does it say that 3 out of 4 black people, right? 3 out of 4 black people have negative experiences associated with the realization of their blackness. I think it says a few things. I think it says that the thing that we all know, which is, the world is fucked up. Um, but it also says that these conversations are not being had in the home, that there's nobody in a lot of these homes to teach black children about what it means to be black, and not just the negative side of that, as far as police brutality and we got to work twice as hard and the man always got his foot on your neck and all of that other shit. Yes, we need to talk to them about that stuff because they need to be aware, but we also need to talk to them about the beauty and the joy of being black, because there's a lot of beautiful and joyous things associated with our blackness. I love being black. And I'm very open about the fact that I love being black. I can't imagine not being black. I understand why some people hate black people, because when you want to be something so badly, hello, somebody, and know that it could never happen, I would imagine that would make somebody feel a little bitter. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense because Black people are the shit. And that's not to say that other people don't have positive traits. That's not to say that other groups of people or classifications, races of people, which race is a fictional concept, but y'all get what I'm saying because we live in this world, okay? Not that other cultures don't have something to offer. Me saying that I am proud to be a Black woman and that I am infatuated with Black culture is not equate it does not equate to me saying your culture ain't shit, you know? And I think that we have a responsibility within the culture to make sure that our children also know about the parts that there is to love about Blackness. Because I have a parenting course. It's called the Purposeful Parenting Course. And I talk about all different kinds of things in that course. It's available. I believe it's available on my website. If it's not, I'm going to make sure it get there. I know if you go to my Instagram page, you can click the link in my bio and it's there. But in the Purposeful Parenting course, we start off with the clear definition of what it means to parent. Like, what is your job as a parent? And a lot of people think that your number one role as a parent is to love your child. And I just need you to understand that it's not. Yes, it would be nice if you love your child, that would be awesome and amazing, but it's not your job. Your job as their parent is to prepare them for adulthood and to make sure that you are raising a child that is capable of taking care of themselves while also being capable of showing empathy to others while also being capable of protecting himself or herself or themselves from the bullshit. So it's creating a well-rounded human being. That is your job as their parent. And when you're talking about parenting a Black child in particular, okay? When you're talking about raising a Black child, that begins with teaching them how to love their Blackness. Because it's not until they really embrace their Blackness and understand the power that exists in their Blackness that their minds start to open up to the possibilities of who they could be and what they could accomplish. Because the narrative that they're receiving, they just because you're not talking to them about Blackness doesn't mean that the world is not talking to them about Blackness. They are constantly receiving messages about Blackness and what it means to be Black. If you watch the news, if you scroll online, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Clubhouse, on YouTube, on name one, pick one, TikTok, all of them. Your children are on these sites from 3 years old, 4 years old, all the way up to the big ones. If you give your child a tablet, which most of us do, this is a judgment-free zone. Most of you all do. I don't have any kids yet, but it's a busy world and everybody trying to make it. And sometimes it's easier to give them the tablet and let them watch, Bubble Gubbies or some shit on YouTube, but they are moving around and they're watching other things. I know a 7-year-old that is obsessed with WWE wrestling. And I'm like, sis, this is what you want to watch, girl? How you even know that this is a thing? She watches mukbangs, ASMR videos at 7 years old. So your children are being exposed to the idea or the concept of Blackness, but the images that they're receiving may not be, and usually are not, an image of love. They're seeing only the negative, what's the negative side of Blackness. And so you have to make sure that in your home or when they're in your presence, they get the positive and that they understand what it means to love yourself and what it means to love your Blackness and what it means to stand in your Blackness while also finding your own identity and understanding that there's no one way to be Black and understanding that just because that person's Black looks different than your Black doesn't make their Black any less Black. There's not like a Black rule book. It's not like a Black handbook. Yes, we have similar experiences. There is a very singular thread that ties us all together, and we will forever be fated to each other. We are a community, but we are a very vast and diverse community. And we have to teach our children how to love all of us, all parts of us, even the parts that we don't necessarily condone, even the parts that, we don't really fuck with. You don't have to fuck with it to say, all right, all right, if that's what you want to do. All right, whatever. I ain't got shit to do with that. Because you don't. You don't have shit to do with that. So I just wanted to, stop by and say hey or whatever and encourage you all to watch Soul of a Nation. It's like a docu-series. They just aired the first episode last night. It's on ABC. I believe Common and John Legend are the producers. And the first episode at least is pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what they have. And, understand that you have a responsibility to your children to educate them about the beauty of Blackness. That's nobody else's responsibility. They're not going to get it at the school. They're not going to get it at the church. They're not going to get it nowhere but in your household. And so a part of your duty to them as their parent is to make sure that they get it. That is your homework for this evening. Let me get into these comments. Chris, hey, Chris. Chris says, this can be powerful. I know my daughter is one of very few at her school. I didn't see the show, so I don't know if the stories correlate, but I think it's difficult feeling somewhat isolated in that. But I think it's difficult feeling somewhat isolated. Oh, to teach. Okay. I didn't see the show, so I don't know if the stories correlate. I'm not sure I understood what you were saying, Christopher, on that last part, but it can be very powerful. And the stories that they told were vast, so even the negative, even though 3 of the 4 had negative experiences, all 3 of their negative experiences were different, like different situations. Well, 2 of them actually was related to like trying to date somebody or asking somebody on a date or something like that, like a white boy or a black or a white girl or something like that. But the other one was, not related to that either. So even the negative experiences are varied and vast, and all of those experiences are valid, and it is powerful to teach that to your kids. It's powerful to teach them from a place of internal confidence. One of the first things when the enslaved Africans, the stolen Africans, was brought over to America, one of the first things that they did was disconnect them from their culture. They broke them off from their culture. And there's a reason for that, because culture gives you a sense of belonging. Culture gives you a sense of community. Culture makes you feel like you are a part of something bigger than yourself. And there's a confidence and a pride that comes from that if you own Black people for a living, was not good for business. That's just the reality of it. So they intentionally and violently, gruesomely separated an entire group of people from their culture because they knew that without culture, community cannot survive. And so we have to understand that about how human beings work. That's not just a thing about Black people, that's how human beings work. We need to feel like we are a part of something bigger than ourselves. And Blackness is it's fucking amazing, you know? It's fucking amazing. I love being a Black woman. Let me tell you, wouldn't trade it for shit. Marcus says that's a beautiful statement. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus also says, gonna watch that tonight. Thank you for speaking to this again. We all need to be reminded of it. Absolutely. Our children are a product of what we can pour into them. And that is exactly right. That's exactly right. Our children are a product of what we pour into them. What you teach them is who they become, for better or for worse. And I'm going to check out that parenting guide as well. You should, Marcus. Let me see if I let me see if I even have I don't even have the link typed out already. I'm going to have to put all of those links in there so that I can just pop y'all to where y'all need to be. But I believe it's on my link tree. So I'm gonna check that real quick. But yeah, like it's the reality of the thing, you know. And for some of us, teaching the kids might feel difficult because you have not accepted your Blackness. And that's an opportunity for you to start working on that. Maybe y'all can learn how to do that together, you know, because that's where it starts. Marcus, I'm going to get the link. I don't have the link on me right now, which I'm never going to let that happen again. I don't have the link on me right now for the parenting program, but I am going to I'm going to get it and I'm going to post it, okay? So just look out for the post. I'm going to make a special post just for it. To register for the parenting course. It's a really great course, whether you are married parenting, single parenting, co-parenting from a bad breakup, whatever it is. My parenting course is not your typical parenting course. My parenting course is, you know, it's about the reality of parenting. You know, it's the nuts and bolts. It's what you need to know about the truth about parenting. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they say it's the parenting handbook. That's what it is. It is the parenting handbook. You know how they say these kids don't come home with a handbook? Well, this is the handbook. Okay. I'm gonna teach you the reality of what it is to be a parent. And no, I am not a parent, you know what I'm saying? But I do understand human behavior. And parenting is nothing more than managing human behavior. So I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I won't, Marcus. I ain't gonna let it happen again. I promise, friend. I promise. So, all right, y'all. I just wanted to pop on here and have that little conversation. Thank y'all for coming and talking to me and listening to me. If you're watching this on the replay, please go ahead and comment #replay so I could say hey, girl, hey, or whatever. And please do me a favor and share this video with your friends and family. You know, y'all know I've been working hard to, you know, reach the people that need to be reached and, you know, do my part to facilitate healing in the Black community. And I know that not everybody can support financially, and I'm all right with that. But what you can do that would be an enormous help is share my videos, share my posts, share my events, and let people know that, I exist. Introduce me to your people, because this is a growth period for me personally, and I'm on my own journey, of figuring out this thing that we call life. And this year is all about growth for me. And so I'm really looking to like walk into my purpose this year. And every like, share, comment, heart, all of it, it helps me get closer to my goal. So thank you. And I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And until next time, be well. Bye, y'all.